The first reason I bought the business I did, which in this case was a fitted furniture business, was because it had sales in excess of £1 million or dollars. In fact, the business had sales of just over £1.6 million, so it ticked my box of being £1 million or dollar business, which is what I wanted. The second reason for choosing this business was because its profits were in excess of my minimum requirement, which for me was to have profits above £100,000. The last set of accounts I reviewed for this business disclosed profits of over £100,000, and in previous years this had been higher than that too. This was another big tick in the box. Whilst on the one hand the profits had dipped in the last set of accounts, which could have been a concern, the business had consistently made profits over the last 4 years of trading. Consistency for me was another big tick in the box and another reason why I purchased this business. Another factor I considered with this fitted furniture business was how long it had been trading. In fact, this company had been in business for 28 years at the time I bought it. This for me was a massive tick in the box, because if it could survive 28 years, why would it not survive another 28 years under new ownership? On the basis that many startup businesses fail within the first 5 years, I wanted to make sure the business I bought was at least 5 years old. So for me, a business that had surpassed 28 years of trading made it a less risky investment to make. I was initially concerned that fitted furniture was a luxury item, and my initial thought was to steer clear from businesses that sold luxury goods. But when I stepped back to consider what the business did, I decided that it was one of those so-called boring businesses that will always be needed. What I realised was that people are always moving house, and when they do, they often spend money on improvements like fitted furniture in their new home. Secondly, even if people don't move home, they may install new fitted furniture they don't already have. They may refurbish what they do have, or even build an extension and install built-in furniture to the new extension. Thirdly, builders and developers sometimes want to have fitted furniture in their newly built homes too. So, with all of these factors, it meant that if I bought this company, I would have a good, solid business that was trading in a normal market and meant that it was a good business to buy. Another factor I considered when I looked at this business to buy was it had employees to run the business for me. In fact, at the time I bought the company, it had 26 employees, which I grew to 40 employees at one point whilst it was in my ownership. One of the first things I did was to promote a few of the employees to help me run the business better, and they were happy as I gave them pay rises to match their new positions too. The last factor this business had going for it, and another major reason why I bought the company, was because it wasn't heavily dependent on the owner. Whilst the owner did play a role in making sales for the company, customers were buying from the company and the brand rather than from the owner himself, which is very important and a massive tick in the box. When customers buy from a brand and the brand stands alone from the owner of the business, this business is much more valuable. What this also means is that when the owner leaves after selling the business, the customers should stay loyal to the brand and the company rather than loyal to the owner, which means that so long as you continue to offer a similar level of service or better than the previous owner offered, the customers will stay loyal to the company you've just bought. So in summary, therefore, the 7 key factors I look for to buy a business were: sales in excess of £1 million or dollars, profits in excess of £100,000 or dollars, a stable business with consistent profits, a business that had been trading for at least 5 years, a boring business that trades in a stable or normal market and one that will always be around, a business that had employees to run the company for me, and finally, a business that was not heavily dependent on the owner and where customers bought from the brand rather than from the owner. But one final point worth making was that in addition to the business needing to have all the above 7 characteristics, I was also looking for a business where I could see how to make the business more efficient and more profitable too, which in the case of the fitted furniture business, all the systems were manually done, which gave me the opportunity to make improvements and to make it far more efficient and more profitable. If you have any questions on this topic about buying a business or any other aspect about the process involved in buying a business, please drop a comment below. And always remember that no question is a stupid question. If you don't know it, you don't know it. And by having the answer to a question you have might be all it takes to move to the very next step in your journey to buy a business. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you on my next video.